This is Sergeant Moss coming to you live from the scene where our detectives and forensic investigators are right now investigating a major incident. But do you guys even understand what a forensic investigator does? Let's visit with some of them so you can understand how they help us accomplish our missions.
A forensic investigator, to put it simply, processes crime scenes. What we do at those scenes is different depending on the scene. We always document every scene through photographs, as well as collect evidence. That can be shoe impressions, latent prints. It really depends on the scene. I chose a career as a forensic investigator because I've always been interested in science in general, and then I also was raised by two parents who worked in public safety. My educational background is I have multiple degrees in forensic anthropology as well as criminology. I grew up watching crime shows. I still love crime shows. On TV, you get things done within an hour. In reality, that's just not how things work. One of the misconceptions that people have about DNA is that you'll get those results super quick. Unfortunately, that's not the case. We have one state lab that every other agency is relying on, and they have a major backlog. We use a bunch of different tools that we keep in our rigs. One of our main things we use is our camera, and then we also use small things that most people have probably at home, bags for collecting evidence, tape measures. Anything we don't keep in our vehicles, we keep back at headquarters in our lab, such as chemicals we use for processing. One of the tools we use quite frequently is our Faro, or 3D scanner, which is this device right here. What it does, it sends lasers using this device throughout a scene, and it'll pick up little points, and then it'll also go around, which it's doing currently, and will take pictures of the scene as well and overlay those photos onto those scans, and then it creates a 3D sketch of a scene. Many of you have probably seen something similar when you're looking at homes online. Realtors tend to use a similar device to create a 3D sketch of homes that they're putting on the market. Once our scans are completed, we're able to put the scans together, which we then can use to create our 3D sketch, which looks like this. Our 3D sketch is made up of however many scans we do, which then gives us this 3D rendering, which allows us to go back to the scene. As you can see here, you get all of the different details in the room, such as things on tables, marks on walls, and it's almost like you're back at the crime scene. It allows the jury to walk through the scene with us, and it's also great for anybody involved in the investigation to go back there for any reason they may need to.
In addition to our forensic investigators, we have forensics technicians who take fingerprints that we get on crime scenes and compare them in our database to see if we can get a possible match.
In order to get fingerprints off of a piece of paper such as this, we would take it down to our lab here. We would spray it with a chemical component called ninhydrin, heat it up a little with our irons, and let it sit for 3 days to see if any latent prints would develop. So after 3 days, this is how it would look. Now we can take it back upstairs and work on finding a match.
When major crimes occur, deputies don't have all the skills or tools needed to document large, complex scenes. And that's why we call in the professionals, the forensic unit.